Mainly, so as we talked the last time, so it's about how to build up the positive motivations. Yeah. So on this point, so maybe that especially like this in the situation that how we can keep the very positive motivation. So that's the, yeah, again I will talk about that point. Yeah. So one thing, now the thing is that now right now like a present situation. So yesterday we talked about the positive believing, isn't it? I think we talked about positive believing. Yeah, so the positive believing, yeah. So positive believing is something like that. The first thing is that when you look at the Buddhism, so when the Buddha was talking, that giving the when he was giving the Buddhism teaching, many of you have heard about the Four Noble Truths. When he talks about the Four Noble Truths, he ends the last point, Four Noble Truths, and with the truth of the path. It is showing that the positive believing. So he told that the problems, every suffering, there is a way to overcome that. So that is that he was just building up the positive, the belief system, not only to have the positive attitude. Last time I talked, we need a positive belief. So that's why everything, when we have the positive, the belief system, that is the key point, especially when we have to live with the very difficult environment or difficult situation. First thing is we need a positive belief system. So there is one very poor farmer. Then what happened is he's in Africa. That's just a story, okay? Africa, one poor farmer. Then the one wise man came and told the farmer that if you can find the diamond size of your thumb, you can buy the one town, small town. If you find the diamond size of the fist, you can buy your own one city. So then the farmer thought, really, he thought to stop the farming work. He stopped the farming work and he thought to now the search for the diamond. So then what he did is that he sold his farming land. With that money, he went to search the diamond all over the Africa, but he cannot find. With that money, he went to Europe to find the diamond. While searching the diamond in the Europe, he ran out of his money. Still, he could not find. Then he felt so sad because of he ran out all the money what he get from the farm. He that ran out. Then he jumped in the river and committed the suicide. So then that wise man, when the wise man came to the farmer's place, and the farmer was not there, one other person is there. So he asked, where is the farmer before he used to live here? The other person told that the wise man that he sold his farmland to me. Now I'm farming in this land. So then what happened is that the farmer left it, that the person who buy from that farmer, so he told that the wise man that I was farming few days in this land, but I found something like a very shining thing. Can you just check for that? That looks a quite big size. So on the big size, then the wise man just look at it and say that he's pretty sure that is a diamond. So then the new person who sent that to the lab, and the lab confirmed, yeah, that's the diamond. So now you look at this story. Sometimes a lot of the opportunity, a lot of the blessings with us, but sometimes we cannot find that and see it. We will go to the other places to get the blessing, to get the opportunity. So that's why they're saying that the blessings or opportunities always comes as a trouble, always comes as a suffering. One very simple thing is how the Buddha achieved the enlightenment. What is the key point of getting his enlightenment? That he is the mental unhappiness. When he was living in the palace, he was not happy at all. He was mental unhappiness. That is the key point to make him to achieve the enlightenment. If he was not unhappy in the palace, he will not achieve the enlightenment at all. So that is something that is always in our life. There will be the challenge, live with the difficulties. Now only it's up to us how we will deal with it. Someone made that the problem as the key to the success. So that's why all the suffering and the problems comes into our life. But that the problem suffering, it is the how we deal with it. Someone with the problems and the difficulty comes the key point to get the success. Some in the people's life difficulty, the problems, they will control the whole the life of that person. Yeah, when you look at the people, some problems and the difficulty comes in the people's life, but some people that will become the key point. That will become the key point for the achieve the success. For some people, the difficulty and the problems comes in their life, they will control, they will ruin their life. So that is a point that the difficulties, challenges will be there, but we have to motivate it very rightly. Once we get motivated very rightly, once we have the positive believing in our mind, then we can make that difficulty, that problem to the key to achieve the success. So that's why if you look at the Gandhi, he's the very successful life. When he can think like such a non-violence, when he can bring a lot of benefit to people, what is the key point? What the incident triggered him to become like that? The incident is that when he was traveling in the first class train and some white man threw him out because of his being the Indian. Even he have the ticket in the first class because he is being the Indian, and when he throw him out from the train, that is the trigger point for him. For him, that is a suffering. Initially, it's a suffering, it's a problem, it's a humiliation, but that triggered him to achieve the huge of the success in his life. Same thing like that. All the suffering, all the problems, what we are having it right now, we can use this. We can use this in the right way. Then we can achieve the success. Okay, so that is that point. So now the thing is that, okay, like in this time, like this condition, in the Nepal situation, it's a lockdown. We cannot go out. We have to stay in the home. We cannot go out. Even in the India, situation is like this. All over the world get the scare now. Scarcity is there. Fear is there in the people's mind. The fear level might be different. Some might be labels are very high. Some might be be low. But fear is there. You are not like the 2 years back or 1 year back when you can roam very freely in the street. So this situation, now that what we can do, we have to make the situation on this time transform into the blessing. They are saying that the mind training, they are saying that the misfortune we have to transform into the blessing. So that's the thing. So now that this morning, what happened is that this morning, I was just having just one thought came into my mind. When my master, he was put in the prison because of the teaching the Buddhism. He was put in the prison more than, I think, 6 years, around 5 to 6 years. So he used to tell me the one thing that when he was prison, he was just reciting that the Guru Puja, the word, may all the suffering of the sentient beings comes upon me, my own happiness go to all of the sentient beings. That is actually there's a 5 sentence, no? By the grace of the master. So he told me that he was reciting that. So suddenly the morning, I just remember his words, I was reciting that. So that's the thing that I was just thinking, looking back at how he spent the 6 years. Totally locked down in the one prison, small cell, without his doing anything wrong. Trying to do the good things of the society, but still he got caught in the 6 years in the prison. So still he lived very strong, the mental very strong. So he was telling me that time. He was telling me that how he was reciting that is the prayer. So that's the thing. So that's the thing is so that's why what I'm saying is that now that if you get some time, you can recite that word. When you're reciting that will bring a lot of the strength in the mental strength. Just thinking that all of the suffering may fall upon you, and that you will give your own happiness to the other. If you cannot think that taking the suffering of all the sentient beings, at least you can think that thinking the suffering of your parents, your own family members. Think of that, and think that you will give your own happiness to them. I think now the time is the right time to practice this. Right time to practice the bodhicitta. Right time to say the prayer. You won't find in this life better time than this to say this prayer and to practice this point. When you make the right decision, in the wrong time, result you will get wrong. When you make the wrong decision in the right time, still you will get a wrong result. Only you make the right decision on the right time, you will get the right result. Now the time is the right practice on the right time, you will get the right result. Now the time is the world is turned upside down. All over the world, the people getting scared and the fear. Now it's the time to practice the bodhicitta. Time to think the taking the suffering of the others. If you cannot think the suffering of all of the universe, whole of the sentient being, at least think that, say that prayer and that they take the suffering of your family members, giving your own happiness to the other. Okay, that Tibetan we say, by the grace of the compassionate the master, may I will take all the suffering of the sentient beings. Okay, so now today we will having the last session. So I will leave there now remaining the 3-4 minutes. I will say the prayer, okay? And Saturday we will keep on the class of that Saturday Bodhisattva Acharya. We'll keep on that, yeah. And that prayer, so now we will say that prayer, okay? I will say that prayer in the Tibetan. You can say that in the prayer in the Chinese. And now what you have the practice of taking the suffering of all the sentient beings, okay? When you feel very uncomfortable, or whenever you can recite that prayer, okay? So I always used to say the one thing, I may start the program or class late, but I will stop on time. Okay, so maybe I will say the prayer, okay? I will say the prayer in the Tibetan, and if you can see that in the screen, you can say together, otherwise you can say it later, okay? Tena Jisun Lama Dujunji, Majo Dobe, Dunga, Malu Tata, Dala Mebada, Dagi Degation, Tawai, Dogu, the Mercingelo. Tena Jisun Lama Tuji, Majo Dobe, Dunga, Malu Tata, Dala Mebada, Dagi Degation, Tawai, Dogu, the Mercingelo.